Right, okay, so let's jump in. Play. We're going to do a random game. I'm just going to leave the difficulty on normal. Honestly, I'm not good enough at the game to bump all of this up. I mean, we could probably do a little bit of it for a bit of a challenge, or to just give it a bit more spice. For example, making the world a little bit more more aggressive, for example, or increasing the needs for our people to be happy. But for the sake of showcasing, let's just leave it on normal. I don't think we need to get into that too much. All species have unique play styles that excel at different works and have different likings and dislikes. We've got the Crotonians. They are the children of Krator, god of growth, and from their creating father, they have gained skills in farming. They are vegetarians and are harmonious creatures. They are also peaceful and not fit for battle. Their favourite food is fruits, vegetables, and bread. They prefer wooden structures, harmony, and farming work. We've got the Dondorians. They aren't born, but created by the gods themselves, or so it is believed. They pop into existence at the slopes of Mount Cerberus, already fully grown. They wander out of the dense forest and through the surrounding fields in a sort of trance. No one has actually seen the creation process, but there are talks of bright flashes in the night inside the thick and dense forest. From the moment of their strange birth, their will and determination is set in stone. They live for many hundreds of years, and some are believed to have existed since the War of the Gods, though their memory of that time is clouded and fragmented. They are far from dumb, but lack the imagination of their human cousins. Crafting, meat eating, and waging war against Garthemi are among their favourite occupations. You've got to respect the people for whom meat eating is an occupation. This isn't just a, yeah, I enjoy eating meat. It's that I'm professional at eating meat. I am a carnivorous professional. Their favourite foods are bread, fish, and mushrooms, which doesn't include the meat that you were talking about. I guess fish meat. The initial challenge for them is hard, whereas the Crotonians are easy. Excellent farmers, peaceful and submissive, easy to please, worship at inexpensive Krator temples. They are bad industrialists, poor combat morale, and are obsessed with food. Whereas the Dondorians are excellent craftsmen, good but begrudging miners, hardy in combat, lawful and mentally stable. They are difficult to please, however. They hate Tilapi and Garthemi. They aren't very good at producing the food that they so love to consume. And they generally like to live in mountains. But then we go on to the Garthemi. The Garthemi were created by the fallen god Aminon in the first War of the Gods. After his imprisonment, the Garthemi retreated to the mountain caverns of the world, where they raided the ones foolish enough to settle nearby. They reproduce naturally in hatcheries, and their exoskeleton is quite resistant to all kinds of weather, while also providing them with a natural battle boost. They like fish and meat. They're an easy one to play with. They're fast breeders, low demands, pierce damage in combat, good miners, Balti-crawler ranches. They're like a large insect livestock, and I think the Garthemi are one of the only ones that are actually good at keeping them. And they're fast at moving. But they have weak morale, they've got very limited skills across the board, and they're terrible at knowledge work, so anything like educated work. Humans were the final creation of the Astari, and unlike all of the other creations, they gave them free will and a shapeable mind. This separates them from all others. Initially, men were immortal, but after the Second War of the Gods, this was removed as punishment for some of them having aligned with the Chaos Lord. Bloody Chaos Lords! Humans, this is why we can't have anything nice. Literally the only creatures, the children of the gods, with free will, and you could live forever, and you had to piss it all away because you wanted to go through a rebellious phase. Well done. Well done. Not at all surprised, but I am disappointed. My goodness. Excellent scientists and managers, good farmers, and good learning rate. They're unremarkable, though, in battle. Criminal and mentally unstable. Well, you know, that kind of goes with the territory of giving us free will and all of that. You know, it's like, well, look, what did you expect me to do when you gave me the option to do anything? Bloody humans. Limited natural skills, and they're difficult to please. They're a medium challenge. That's exactly how free will works, though, isn't it? You have the freedom to make bad choices. Yeah, no, that is true. I just wanted to test the extent of how much free will you gave us by doing the thing we knew you didn't want to do. We were just proving that you'd implemented free will correctly. That's all. We're basically beta testers. Amevians thrive when regularly surrounded by rivers, canals and wells. They have an insatiable desire for fish. They are generally good-natured, but they greatly prefer to only be among their own kind. Amevia will fight against oppression and are not submissive. They are unique in their ability to handle Globdian ranching. Oh, actually, no, I think Globdian are the large insectoids, whereas the Baltic crawlers are... No, I think they're both insectoids. Just one is more like a larva, and one is more like a centipede or something along those lines. They have got a low appetite. They're good all-rounders, hardy fighters, and religiously flexible. But they must live close to sweetwater. Sweetwater is this game's term for freshwater. They dislike other species. They are poor farmers, and they're slow breeders. They're slow bleeders. They might be, I don't know, but they also breed slowly. Right, the Talapi were created in eons past to guard an ancient and mighty barrier forest, the border between the granted domain of the Istari children and the forbidden lands beyond. Created for this purpose, the Talapi are extremely territorial and quick to pass judgment. However, they are blessed with great compassion for Syx flora and fauna. They're a medium challenge. They are excellent woodcutters, excellent herders, and excellent ranged combatants. They can be violent, and they dislike other species. They also enjoy eating the dead. Doesn't say that here, but they do. Alright, so chat, we've got 6 options. Where is chat feeling today? Pig folk, dwarf folk, insect folk, human folk, lizard folk, elf folk. Is there a mod that allows for rare immortal human enclaves that didn't align with the Chaos Gods? I have no idea. But given how many mods there are in this, I would assume that if there isn't one, there could be one. Okay, I saw a lot of elf, and I'd also like to see that as well. Okay, then Tilapia it is. Okay, excellent woodcutters, herders, and ranged combatants from the get-go. Right, do I have any of these available? Oh no. Okay, so in my defense, alright, the game just gave me this thing. I don't know what it's talking about. See, I've never played the game before. I don't even have the basic ones unlocked. So it's just a horrible misunderstanding, but apparently I could, if we wanted to, pick this to go with us, and we would just get a submission benefit. However, I think I'm going to leave that off for now. Not sus at all, is that? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go ahead and jump in. Would you still love us if we were worm folk? Now I've got this image of someone in a worm costume. Right, I'm not going to pick any unlocks. Choose a map type. We could go with random. We could go with Britain. We could go with Greater Europe. We could go to islands. Complete randomness. Let's go with complete randomness. Latitude, I'm fine with it being there. Chat, give me a number. I just want everyone to just one number, 0 and 9. Inclusive. And I'm just going to put this together as the numbers come through. Okay, there we go. Let's see what you got. Did you give us a good place? Moderately good, actually. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so up here, very cold. Down here, getting coldish. Oh, no, it's warm down there, actually. But up here, in the more northern climes, it is cold. It's temperate in the middle here. Alright, well, as the Tilapia, I'm going to say we are going to want somewhere that is more forested than other areas. I think this is actually quite a nice map. Going to be a lot of opportunity for us to interact with other people. Now, from what I understand, the way the maps are generated now has changed so that every map will have an example of every resource on it. However, the concentration of that resource will be dictated by the presence of it on the overworld map. So, for example, if I started here, we would have better ore and coal. We would have better gems. We would have better stone. And not having that doesn't mean it won't be there. It's just it won't be particularly an area known for mining that thing or producing that resource. Okay, we're going to be going over here then. We're going to grab the gems and indeed the coal, but I am going to focus on the forest. We've got 30% open. Actually, we would have more open land here for building up our settlement, but fertility is higher here thanks to the, I guess, the plains, I suppose. Or maybe just the forest. Okay, let's go here then. Tonk. And now it's going to generate the world around us. Generating the roads, generating the other factions. And now everywhere is claimed. Well, actually, some places are just wildlands, but factions have spread out across the world. I can regenerate it at any point. So, if we have a look at our home. Right there. We are neighboured by the Kingdom of, what are you? Lura, which, yeah, Lura owns several towns. So it's a 3-region power, so reasonably strong. And then over here, we've got 2 little diddy ones. In fact, a super diddy one. My lord. Oh, that's me. Never mind. I lie. I'm the tiny one. God damn it. Alias, sorry, is the one neighboring us. And then beyond them is a 3 power over there. We are tiny. We're just a diddy little place that's tucked away. Over here, then, we have the Erglero, and down here it looks like, yeah, there's going to be several under the same banner, I think. Oh my lord, yeah, there's a lot under this banner. Okay, one of our neighbors has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regions under their control. 6 regions under their control. Oh, good lord. This is going to be a bit of a rough one, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be quite a rough one. Still, I'm up for a challenge. Okay. I'm good with this. We're going to go with okay. This is our teeny tiny little capital right here. Pop. Now, hopefully, music will kick in a second. Do not be fooled into thinking that wisdom comes from books, robes, or piety. Something, something, something. Right, this is our map. This is the highest zoom level, and what you're looking at, the cursor, is the zoomed in version of what's on the map. So you can zoom right out and then still see a little window into what's going on. You zoom right in. Now we're very close. Those are individual trees, bits and bobs on the ground, lots of skeletons. Why is there so many? I disapprove. Here's our sweet water down here, which will give us access to fishing. Got some mushrooms. There's no actual fish in the water, it doesn't look like. Sad. Unless I'm very much mistaken and you don't see fish unless you're trying to set up a fishing area. But also, no easy connection across this river. We'll have to build a bridge if we want to get across there easily. All of these are just showcasing areas of animals. So this is aurochs over here, longhorns. These are some sort of like lion or big cat analog, some ore, some gems, clay. Again, you will find every resource on every map now. It used to be that you didn't have that. You'd have to settle in the right area to get that resource, and if you didn't, you just didn't have it. But now, everywhere has a little bit of it, but if you actually have deposits on the overworld map, then that place is going to be much more... it's going to have a much richer deposit of that thing. So, our city legitimately has a good access to coal and to gems. So one there, one there, one there, one there. Got a bit of ore around the place too. Got some fruit, some herbs, some veg, some Cytharian ore. You think of it as the adamantium analog, or mithril if you like. Cotton, stone, some endolants, effectively pigs, boars, grains, poppies, so for your opiates. We've got very, very large birds. These are the... I think... These are the larval livestock. I'm not seeing any Baltic crawlers. I could be wrong. Oh no, these are globsians over here. Lizards. That's right, right. Globsians are the lizards and those are the Baltic crawlers. So yeah, the Garthemi can farm those. The Talapi can farm these particularly well. The maggot cows, indeed. Firebear, thank you very much for the 37 months. Diolch yn fawr iawn. We could settle at the end of the river, yeah. But where would be best for us to settle? We could settle at the end of the road. That would allow caravans and the likes to get down to us. We could settle in the middle of a forest. Whether we do that or not, I'm not sure. We're going to want a lot of room around us. We want good fishing. Also, though, I want to see fertility. We've got a surprisingly good base fertility on this land. Ooh, okay. There's a lot of fertility in the mountains, too. Some good mushroom growing in there. Of course, sweet water tends to spread fertility. And you can do irrigation for that reason. But around the sweet water over here, very fertile. And that's why you see trees growing there. And you're going to generally see the most trees growing in the areas with the highest fertility. Over here, this is just high fertile area, so that'll be good for livestock. So wherever you see it kind of a bit more brown, sort of like a more muddy color on the soil, it looks less dry, that is reflected in the game. That is going to be a higher fertility area. And that is going to be super important for us. We need to know that sort of stuff. So, fertility base. Then you've got the fertility as it is. The fertility will be based on... you can modify that by adding irrigation. But fertility base is just what the land naturally is. So, for example, fertility here shows this place is amazing because it's covered in sweet water. But fertility base tells us a different story. Over here is actually quite poor fertility. And that's why, even with the sweet water, that's a bit darker. Some places are just good soil. There's genuinely amazing soil here. Terra Preta or something. Over here, same up there into the mountains. There's amazing fertility in these mountains. That actually surprises me. Oh, sorry, that is in the mountains. I was going to say, that really surprised me. That being said, there's still high fertility in these mountains, so we probably will set up mushroom farming. I'm thinking. That is probably quite a viable thing for us to do. Alright. Having had a look around, I'm thinking settling up here is going to be good for us for a couple of reasons. There are seasonal forage sites for vegetables, fruit, herbs, more vegetables, cotton just over the way. There's a big forest for us to dig into. It is a bit of a ways to get down to the water's edge, but fertility-wise, we'll be able to set up some ranching or some farms here anyway. it won't matter because there's high fertility soil here. It does matter where you put your ranches. Like, it isn't a case of, oh, well, I want to farm at the high fertility soil, but the ranches, they can just go wherever. Same thing. Your grazing animals will benefit from good grazing. Hey, and Transport the Wild. Well, my friends, I must bid you all a good time zone. I have to go to sleep so I can get enough sleep before my shift in 7 hours and 10 minutes. Oh, okay. It's gone to the point now where you're counting the minutes that you've got to sleep before your shift starts. Yikes. Okay. You have a good one. I hope you have a very restful and swift sleep. Take care. Right. I think with this, we'll settle somewhere around here. We'll have all of the forest then to dig into. We will have lots of fertile area to benefit from. We'll probably start right here, I'm thinking. So, let's turn off the overlay. Now, this is going to be our... I could regenerate it at this point, but I don't like doing that. I don't like just constantly regenerating until I get the perfect setup. I like just starting and seeing what we get. What the heck is over there? Oh, they're dead trees. Okay. We could start... Do I want the main road to run above my throne room or below? I think below. But that being said, I'm almost certainly going to change this up a little bit and make this into a proper thoroughfare. So we'll stick it right there. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm not certain. Do we have any music right now? Have I turned the music? I've turned the music all the way off. There you go. I no doubt turned that off at some point when I was editing. I do like to play my city builders while I edit. Alright, so we'll keep music on. We've got lots of gore, particles, shadow, all of that's great. Sounds, can you actually hear the sounds? Yeah, we'll put it at 10%, that's fine. Graphics high. I think everything else is solid. Yeah. Alright, resume. So, the Songs of Syx soundtrack is fantastic. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. It isn't just a case of, oh, this is nice music to play a game to. This is good enough music for me to have it on in the background while I'm playing other games sometimes. Right, so this is our throne room. Our dirt floored throne room with a couple of odds and sods. We've got some rations, some livestock, grains, wood, stone. The throne itself, your seat of power. Don't lose it and don't cut it off from your citizens. And this is all held within a simple structure. And these are our people out here. Angry looking lot. And at least one of them is filthy. Gifima Fortuna. They're an odd jobber and they're standing still. This is the level of detail on the character. We can see the things that they have personally. These are their personal belongings, armor, weapons, clothing, tools, jewelry. These, I can rename them. I can elevate them. This would be a case of making them a noble. I can enslave them. I can do this on an individual level. I can also find out a little bit about them. They're 55-year-old. They're a stout Talapi plebeian, serving your grace as an odd jobber. General health is good. Recorded weight is 56, and height is 6.7 tath. The game doesn't tell you what these amount to, but I'm going to say that this is 56 kilos, and this, for some ungodly reason, is 6.7 feet. This game is committing the cardinal sin of mixing its units of measure, because I can't rationalize any, because this can't be like 56 pounds and it can't be 56 stone unless they're very big. But at that point, this isn't tall. This is actually quite short for 56 stone, and 56 pounds is too small. 56 kilo is stupidly light, but for a very light person, that would be manageable. But this can't possibly be 6.7 meters, unless it is. Maybe they're just incredibly willowy and hollow on the inside. A follower of Arthuri, said to be a descendant of the great hero of the north. has immigrated to your city, originates from a village in the region of Rauschenberg. All of this is genuine. This is tracked. This isn't just fluff. That town actually exists. And I believe that things you do to that town has an impact on their happiness, though don't quote me on that part. Has not yet been shopping for a home, but will look for one soon. Is not enlisted in our armed forces. Has no workplace to go to, but is ready and able to take on any odd job your majesty sees fit. Can hear the voices of the gods and is renowned for seeing into the future. Feels that there are a few improvements that could be made to the city. Better access to shrines of their religion. I walk around all day trying to find something to do, but let's face it, I'm useless. All the real jobs are taken and I have no way of contributing. Oh. Geophema, we've all been there. We've all been there. We want better access to hearths of good quality, and we want better access to lavatories of good quality. Well, I mean, that's reasonable. I mean, you wouldn't aspire to have better access to lavatories of poor quality, realistically. Am I going to name people after chat? No. This is not the game for that, okay? Dwarf Fortress isn't even the game for that because you'll eventually have hundreds of dwarves. We will eventually have thousands of citizens. And when I say thousands, I don't mean single-digit thousands. We're talking two-digit. We're talking tens of thousands of citizens living in our city once we're way up there. So no, we're not going to be even trying to name. I'll name the nobles because we'll only have like 7 or 8 of those. I might name businesses after chat though. I reached 90k citizens in my 2-day save back when I tried this game. Yeah, the scale is absolutely massive. That seems like a good idea then, Aavak. Plenty of room for everyone. Yep. But they're all individuals and this is all tracked. We can see what they've been able to do. Like, and this is true of at any point in the game. I can just click on someone and be like, have you gone to the toilet recently? No? Looks like you need to, though. You're seeming a little bit bloated there. Have you had a good bath? So on and so forth. And this is their fulfillment. You've also got ways of tracking this on a species scale. So, for example, if I go across to here, can I bring that up? There we go. So I can now see, as a species, what their averages are. But you can drill down to the individual if you ever feel the need to. Can also name military units. No, because, like, I'm going to be making military units 50 strong, generally, and then 150 strong once I can. And I'm not going to sit here and name 150 people. I have flashbacks of doing that in my Dwarf Fortress Let's Plays back when I first started my YouTube channel. I had lists that would have made accountants blanch. No. Oh, the actual military units. Oh, we can definitely do that. Like an individual company. Sure. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. Sorry, I thought you were like, yeah, let's just name the soldiers then. Let's not name every citizen, because you're right, like tens of thousands, that's a bit too much. How about every soldier though? Okay? But the problem is, a city that's got a population of tens of thousands needs an army of at least many hundred to realistically protect itself. And if it wants to be a dominant player on the world stage, it will need an army in the thousands as well. Okay. Anyway, it's time for us to actually lay down some stuff. So the first things first, these people are immediately going to start, hurling themselves upon the ground and pledging their undying loyalty to me, as they should. Well done. I want to see who takes the longest. You are marked for great things. You spent the most time pledging your loyalty. Therefore, I'm going to keep track of you. I'm going to name you. Only you. Narata Wabeda. We're going to find out what Narata Wobita is like in just a second, but you shall be named... Mio Lobita. There we are. And that's the only time I'm going to do it. I just wanted to show you how to do it. Mio Wobita, a 66-year-old, is a stout Talapi plebeian, serving your grace as an odd jobber. They are in good health. They weigh an impressive 56. Oh, it does say stones there. And stand 7 tath tall. So, okay, so it is all imperial. I don't know why I missed the stones last time. Or I read across it, but 56 stones seems like a... Yeah, again, even though it's called stones, this must be kilos. I can't fathom anything else. But they're 7 tath, whatever tall. A follower of Krator. Oh, Krator. Described as being a hopeless romantic. Mio Wobita. Has immigrated to your city, originates from the village in the region of Aetherstar. Aetherstar has not been able to find a place to live in your city, is not enlisted in your armed forces, has no workplace to go to, but is ready and able to take on any odd job you see fit, can hear the voices of the gods and is renowned for seeing into the future. Feels that there are a few improvements. More housing is urgently needed. I cannot sleep on the street like a beggar. We want better access to hearths of good quality and better access to speakers of good quality. And I want more cannibalism. I love how it's the one that I picked to name that wanted cannibalism. Coincidence? I think not. My lord. Well done. Alright, but this is going to be a square outside the throne room because I feel that is important. Oh, okay. Just to let you know, all of this has changed since the last time I've seen it. So just be aware of that. I want a hearth. And I want it just to be a fairly big hearth. What's the left controller mouse? Okay, good. I want to, maybe not quite that massive of a hearth. Pop it about here, though. This is going to be a massive thoroughfare. And then we'll have a... Well, yeah, a hearth, kind of in the... Because the hearth is going to cast heat. It's basically a big bonfire with seats in front of it. And then we're going to want a well. And I would like to go all in on the well. We'll have a big old well. Nice big chunky well right there, right next to the hearth. So as people sit around the well is somewhere where it's not really somewhere for them to drink. It's more somewhere for them to go and wash. I think they use wells as a form of hygiene. I could be wrong about that though. Let me have a look. Mines, farms, water. What? Oh, this is all new. I've not seen this before. Pond must be placed on sweetwater access and allows your subjects to swim on hot days. A moat must be placed on sweetwater access and allows your subjects to... Okay, so they still... Emits dread. Requires plumbing. Emits harmony. A pool. Emits plumbing. Emits ore. Culvert. The culvert transports water similar to canals, but do so underground and connects to other culverts within its radius. It is less efficient than a canal. Canal used with water pumps to transport fresh water from freshwater sites. Pumps connect to the canal stacks. Pumps connected to the canal stacks their water pressure. Okay, this is all new. This is completely new. Okay, that's amazing. That is fantastic and amazing. I like it. Logistics. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Entertainment. There's a speaker. Health. Here we are. A well. Provides basic bathing and irrigation to nearby land. So a well itself will actually irrigate the area around it. Now we've got different things as well. You don't have an eatery, which is basically a less good inn. Or dining it. You have food stalls and markets and stuff, which is why you want big squares to be made. Shrines, so on and so forth, afterlife, other houses, hearths, so on, and indeed so forth. Alright, we've got a chunky bit of stone there. Now, I would like to create a temporary storage area somewhere nearby. So that's something we're going to... MISC, settings, infrastructure, work. How does one build a structure? Cannibals. Structure, administration, other. There we are. Terraform and construct. Okay, so workstations, janitors, move the throne. And maybe one day we will, into a much better place. Op Point Baker says, a TAF is actually a unit of area. It's a real-world unit. It's about 39.6 hectares. Would you call that giant? I feel that giant is normally, you know, oh, that's giant, and they're just talking about someone who's like 7 foot tall, and you're like, oh, okay, fine. You know, they're pushing on a solid 2 meters. Okay, yeah, whatever. I mean, maybe giants are a little bit grandiose, but I see where you're coming from. Compared to the average height of like 180-ish, yeah, sure, that they are quite a large person. I think giant would be absolutely fair, however, when you are of such a stature that you're measured in acres. I am 420 acres tall. Wow. You must have eaten your greens when you were young, my lord. But let's not get too sidetracked. My goodness, the planet must be gigantic, yeah. Right, we want a structure, and inside that structure I'm going to be building... Actually, I can probably just do that from logistics. I don't need to make the structure myself. However, before we get to that, let me just do one thing. Environment. What do you prefer in terms of your environment? Building preferences. Different races like to hang around in different kinds of structures. Some like wood, some like mountain caves. This value is registered when the subject is within a structure. They like wooden, and they like harmonious. Or rather natural at the very least. There should... roundness over here. Actually... okay, roundness is liked by your plebeians. Higher value because more fulfillment. Value based on how you lay out your structures. Rounded and organic shapes radiate roundness, and is preferred by some races. So they do seem to like this. Current value 0%. To reach max fulfillment, value needs to be at least 50%. Okay. Monuments, battles, storage. So we're going to want to try and focus on giving them rounded, less uniform buildings. Do they like dread? This is liked by your plebeians. Harmony. This is also liked by your plebeians. Some people like harmony and nature. Certain buildings emit harmony, such as trees. Dread increases the people's obedience, but can make them unhappy. So they want to be terrified. See, it's so hard not to like sit there and be like, well, am I really evil though? I'm just doing what they want. They want to be ruled. They want to give up the burdensome worries of having to make decisions for themselves. No, they don't want. They need a strong, firm leader to take on all of the woes of leadership, all of the tiresome decision making. I am sacrificing myself for them. I am such a good king. I have this game. I love it, but it is so meme-ish sometimes. Right, anyway, so I'm not going to dive into dread, not right now anyway. But roundness we can definitely do. Harmony we can probably do a decent amount of. So let's go ahead and set up some logistics. I'm going to want a warehouse. And in terms of what I build it out of, I can build it out of mud. This room requires to be built indoors, and you must pick structure. Very basic structure made out of mud, dirt, and manure. Does not require... Does not require any resource, but a lot of labor. See, I was with you up until the manure part. Not gonna lie. Hey, a bunch of nerds gaming. How you doing, mate? Nico Blazeman just said, I'm doing it. I'm leaving Worldbox running all night. You need to report to us on Discord how it goes. Welcome, Raiders. How you doing? But mud building sounds reasonable. Grand building. This room requires to be built indoors, and you must pick a structure type. Finest and most durable of all. You've got stone building, a good and durable structure, or wood building. This room requires... Blah, 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 blah. If we pick that, I'm hoping that this is going to emit harmony. I'm not 100% sure that it will, but wood is a nice, easy material for us to work with right now. And let's make it a reasonable size. Now, one thing I want to show you, it might not come through very much on Twitch right now because there's a very subtle color change, but this is a darker blue. Goes from dark blue to really dark blue to yellow, which honestly I feel like I should go the other way. It should go from dark blue to light blue to yellow, but whatever. The more yellow, or the darker the blue, the less stable that part of the room is. And the less stable it is, the more resources will be required to make it stable. So your janitor and your maintenance crew will spend more resources maintaining a building which is, impossibly dimensioned, because you just had to have the 4-story tall, 14-acre long throne room with no pillars and also a weird topsy-turvy angle on the roof. Because it was a statement piece. Fine. But you are going to be paying an awful lot in continuous maintenance to stop it from falling down on you. Likewise, if you decide to build your castle out of chocolate, because once again, it's a statement piece. Expect to be rebuilding that castle a lot. We can make it round, and we will be doing so. But what I first want to do is mark out where I'm going to be putting the crates, because the crates are the functional part. Now, the ones with the arrows, they're the actual crates, but the little, oblong right underneath my mouse there, that is necessary for the crate to exist, but it is not necessary for the, it doesn't get interacted with. Like, this would give me 3 storage crates. It's 1 storage crate, that's 2 storage crates, 3 storage crates. But I do still need that last bit. It's kind of like it's like a table. It can't just all be boxes. However, you'll notice that I can maximize the amount of storage crates versus non-storage crates quite easily. Let's go ahead. We want to try and make the most use out of the room on the sides. So we'll pop that. Actually, I'm going to do this. And then we're going to just tuck that in on these areas. We want to increase our roundness. Isolation is 100%. Isolation is important. Isolation prevents room degradation and sound pollution. Surrounding walls increase isolation, while doors and gaps decrease it. Poorly isolated rooms need more maintenance, and poorly isolated homes degrade furniture faster. So that's another thing we need to be aware of. We are going to try and make this a bit more of a rounded structure. Does it not show us the roundness anymore? That's just the brush. Expand rooms over structures, blah, blah, blah. When rooms are built too deep or wide, extra materials are used. This is telling me that it's not going to have to use that, but it's not really telling me whether this is considered round or not. It used to. Let's go ahead and pop in a door. Right there and there. So they've now got a passage through. Now this is really not an efficient design, like at all. I'm doing this just because, really. There's no defense of this. All right, we're going to turn that on its side. Do this and do that. And there we go. We've got a early game, very early game storage solution. This doesn't even have enough crates for one storage crate for every item, and honestly, you probably should do that. 1, 2, 3. Let me just... Yeah, let's actually make sure I've got one crate for each thing. It's probably going to be a better thing to do. Just a tip discovered: if you literally completely surround a workshop by other noisy area with a single warehouse, it acts as sound blocker, preventing area from... Oh, really, Taphawk TV? That's kind of interesting. That's very interesting. But yeah, this is going to be a super... I just like playing into the whole, oh, is this a dark Aavak run or is this a light Aavak run? Blah, 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 blah. However, if we were to say that dark Aavak is focused only on efficiency, and light Aavak, or rather, dark Aavak believes that efficiency comes before ethics, and light Aavak believes that form comes before function. This is very, very, very heavily focused on a light Aavak run. Let's put it that way. Bloody dark Aavak and light Aavak. Alright, let's see. How many crates do we need? We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's do that on this side. I want to create distinct little areas for all of these. So we've got 3 crates there, so I need another 4. That would give me the 4 that I need. I could even tuck it in like that if I wanted to. I don't strictly want to, though. Got 4 there as well. So if I were to just increase this, like so, that gives me enough for those. So now I need 6 on this side. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 15. Well, let's put the 3 on this side first, so just so I've got those tucked in. Six, 7, 8. That leaves another 8 to go, so sure, we can do that. That covers all of this, and now all I need is 8 plus 1 more. That will actually annoy me, though, a little bit. So how about we change this up a little bit, just to make it intentionally a bit different. Where am I going to put the entrance? I want the entrance to be distinct. Something like that. And I want it to go all the way through. So that gives me 5. That would mean I'd need another 3. But if I can get in 4, something like that, that covers a decent amount. That should give me 1 for everything here. Let's just see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 12, 15. Okay, 31. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 32, so I do need actually 1 more. Go. And now I just need 8 and an extra 1. So I'll do. And then I could just tuck in a final 1 right there if I wanted to. Or I could have it in the middle. We could just stick it up against this wall or something like that. That'll have to do. Right, that gives me 1 crate for every type of resource, so I'm going to be able to set this up as a lowest priority dumping ground. Oh, it's the 39 total items. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 40 items, 41. Oh no, sorry. That was my bad counting there. My logic was wrong. I was counting both of these, whereas I should have only counted one of them, because then that one goes up and allows me to double it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so you are quite right. That ends up coming to a grand total of 39. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So I actually need to shave off... Well, did I need to shave off 3 or 2? I think it was just... Let's grab you. This isn't strictly necessary. Allow me to emphasize that. Yeah, 2 of the rows were single, so I skipped over 1, so that doubles it up. So, again, 1, 2, 3, 8, 16, 24, 28, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So I need to take 2 of these off as well. Or I could just shave one of these down. Alternatively, no, I kind of like that idea. There we go. No. We'll pull this down because then I can have an extra door. We'll tuck it in and exit way just over here. So, question begs, why would I have that at the back instead of the front? Yep. Oh yeah, hold on. It's going to need 102 wood in total in the storage. I've not got nearly that much. So I need to set up some jobs to cut it. Not construct. Where would that be? Other woodcutter. Oh, no, that won't... that is... That's literally telling them to be a woodcutter. There we are. Fell trees. Go ahead and just grab the trees around this area. A couple of trees over here as well. Right, there we are. Oh, I do still need 2 more doors. Quite right. Sorted. But yeah, I did need to add 2 more doors, but I could have added those post-construction as well, so that wouldn't have been too bad. I could have done 78 for 2 crates each, but 1 crate is enough, I think, for now. I can always make another one of these. This is not like RimWorld. I wouldn't say so, no. The scale is really, really different. You could make a comparison to RimWorld, but I would lean back on my earlier statement that comparing this to other like city builders, this is more like Dwarf Fortress than it is like RimWorld. Clear rocks. Bring those rocks in, please. It's a city-state building, yeah. We can speed it up a lot while they're just building this. Slowly constructing everything. They're getting the hearth together now, which is great. Got all the stones, and there we go. Half going up. Right, chat. You've seen how long it took me to build a single building. It won't all take that long. Part of this is just that I've been so long away from the game that there's a part of my brain that's like, oh, I'll design everything bespoke. Then I'll start playing the game for a while, and I'll be like, yeah, no, this is unsustainable. We're going to, like, use some stamps, like, cut and paste some buildings around, so on and so forth. However, a couple of things I will build like this. Not all of them will require as much time to puzzle out, exactly how many like, crates do I want in there. Usually it'll just be like, it's close enough. But with that said, since chat did... yeah, there are blueprints you can make. Yeah, I know. That's what I was talking about, stamping things. But since chat did express an interest in having things named, we can name buildings. Now, the problem is again, with, like, if you get down to the point where you're naming every single house, you're going to run out of brain cells before you name even half of the ones you're going to need in a regular playthrough. But naming important buildings, or maybe naming districts, like squares. Something that will stand for a whole area. For example, a hearth. They're going to be few and far between. Could easily name those. So on and so forth. But let me know where you sit with all of that. My lord, you're taking a long time. It's my odd jobs that are doing this, and I've given a lot of other jobs to my odd job, is to go and cut down wood and such. I might actually remove the work over here. Is there a way for me to tell you to not do a thing? Delete jobs. Yeah, don't get on with that, because that'll take you forever. Right, we're almost got the wood together, which is grand. I wouldn't mind losing a few brain cells myself. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, every building is just going to be too much. The stream will get nowhere fast. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to get anywhere fast, even if I don't do that, but it'll be even worse. I want to set up forage. Forage wild growing crops. These regrow with each year. Want all of these foraged. All of the grains brought in. All of the fruit brought in. Is there anything else really close by that we're not going to have to go too far out of our way or go near any dangerous animals in order to harvest? Some cotton up there. That's along a road, so it'll be a nice one. Some cotton down here as well. Wouldn't mind gathering that. And we've got some vegetables and some fruit. Now, they're only going to be available in the correct season, so I'm not worried too much that they're going to take too long to do it. Especially once we get more people. Alright. I'm going to open up naming game. I'm just going to leave it open because, honestly, I'm going to need a lot. So go ahead, and I'll name occasional buildings after chat. Important buildings. Like, for example, the first restaurant we ever make, even though eventually I'm going to be making so many that I don't want to name them all. But the first one is a special one. Likewise with the first hearth. Also, I should have probably warned you about this before I let you start redeeming names. I am going to take liberties with your names because I'm not just going to name it the Nine Well. It will be something a little bit more creative. You can manually hunt animals on the map with a command bow in this version, even without hunt. Oh, really? That's actually pretty cool. I will be building hunters, though. We've got enough animals around that I shouldn't have to worry. The only worrying animals are way over here, so far away that I'm just not going to be concerned about that.